When you walk into a modern pizza chain, you are often greeted by the sight of a worker in a clean apron, hand stretching a piece of dough on a floured counter. The marketing slogans promise fresh, never frozen ingredients and the artisanal charm of a local Italian bakery. However, behind the glass partition lies a highly sophisticated industrial machine designed for speed and global consistency rather than traditional culinary craft. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. The freshness marketed by these billion-dollar empires is often a carefully maintained state of chemical suspension. These are the 5 hidden truths that major pizza chains don't want you to consider before your next slice.
For decades, pizza and Chinese food were basically the only meals available for delivery. But that's changing. The pizza chain has seen same-store sales grow slow amid the delivery boom. Still, Domino's has come back from much worse. At the height of the financial crisis, its same-store sales shrank by 6.1%. A slice of pizza can come topped with gold leaf or caviar, costing you up to $337. But the dish has much more humble origins. It first appeared in Naples, Italy, in the 1700s. In 1967, Monahan started franchising restaurants. New franchisees didn't have to pay an initial fee to open their own store.
1. The commissary logistics secret, Domino's and Pizza Hut. Why number 1? While the image of a local cook mixing flour and water in the back of the shop is iconic, chains like Domino's and Pizza Hut almost never mix their dough on site. Instead, they rely on massive regional supply chain centers known as commissaries. In these industrial facilities, giant metal mixers blend thousands of pounds of dough at once before automated machines portion them into precise spheres. These dough balls are then loaded into refrigerated trucks and shipped to hundreds of different retail outlets. By the time a Domino's worker stretches that dough for your order, it may have already traveled across state lines and sat in a plastic tray for several days. The freshness is merely a controlled aging process that prioritizes logistics over flavor complexity.
The company focused on placing its stores near colleges and military bases. Both had lots of customers looking for a cheap meal. Around the same time, Pizza Hut and Little Caesars were also getting their start in the Midwest. Unlike mom-and-pop pizzerias, Domino's was efficient. Its ovens had rotating racks. It had standardized the delivery box, and all of the pizzas started to look the same too. Little Caesars had 50 stores by 1969, but Pizza Hut was far and away the fastest growing chain of the 1960s.
2. The high fructose corn syrup crutch, Little Caesars. Why number 2? Lower cost chains like Little Caesars often hide high levels of sugar and oils in their dough recipe to compensate for a lack of natural fermentation. Traditional pizza dough needs time, often 24 to 72 hours, to develop a natural sweetness and a complex aroma through slow yeast activity. Fast food chains cannot wait that long. To get that signature golden brown color in a high-speed conveyor oven, Little Caesars and similar budget chains add high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup solids directly to the mix. The sugar acts as an artificial browning agent, creating the illusion of a well-baked, artisanal crust even though the dough has only spent a few minutes in the heat. You aren't tasting fermented wheat. You are tasting a chemically sweetened bread product designed for a long shelf life.
Unlike Domino's, it wanted customers to eat their pizza inside their restaurants. And it had more options: a salad bar, pasta dishes, and alcohol. Domino's created the guarantee in 1984, and for nearly a decade, the incentive worked. But the company dropped it in 1993 after several lawsuits stemming from car accidents involving delivery drivers. By 1978, it had 200 stores, and the chain just kept growing from there. The pizza chain's 30 minutes or less delivery promise helped set it apart from the competition. By 1998, Domino's had thousands of stores and $3.2 billion in annual sales.
3. The never-frozen loophole, Papa John's. Why number 3? Papa John's famously campaigns on their never-frozen original dough, but this masks the reality of industrial cold fermentation and stabilizers. While it is technically true that the dough does not enter a deep freeze, It is kept at a strictly controlled chilled temperature to put the yeast to sleep during transit. To ensure the dough doesn't overproof or collapse during this long journey from the factory to the store, these chains use high-protein enriched flours and specific dough conditioners. Even without artificial preservatives, the recipe is engineered for resilience. The dough is mixed with purified water and soybean oil to create a uniform, rubbery elasticity that is easy for low-skilled workers to stretch without tearing. While it is fresher than a frozen disc, it is still a far cry from the living, breathing dough used in premium pizzerias.
But John's had long claimed it used better ingredients for better pizza. Pizza Hut disagreed, arguing that there was no scientific evidence that said that fresh tastes better than frozen. Another big problem for Domino's. Its pizza became forgettable as it cut corners on ingredients in order to keep its pizzas cheap, as the 3 major American pizza players started to open franchises overseas. To stay competitive, Domino's couldn't boost sales by hiking prices.
4. The sourdough flavor illusion, Crust Gourmet Pizza Bar. Why number 4? Premium chains like Crust Gourmet Pizza Bar market specialized bases like sourdough that often rely on powders rather than a live mother starter. In the world of professional baking, a true sourdough requires a live starter culture that must be fed daily, a task that is virtually impossible to manage across a franchise of hundreds of stores. To bypass this, many gourmet chains use dehydrated sourdough starters or sour flavor additives. These ingredients provide the acidic tang and the smell of a traditional sourdough without the gut-friendly benefits of long, natural fermentation. When you pay a premium for a sourdough base at a chain, you are often paying for a flavored version of their standard industrial dough. It is a brilliant bit of sensory marketing that uses laboratory scents to mimic the qualities of an independent sourdough bakery, giving the customer a premium experience that is still produced on an assembly line. 5. Anti-caking agents and dusting secrets, common industry practice. Why number 5? The flour you see on the counter at almost every major pizza chain is actually a specialized dusting agent designed to prevent sticking. Chains frequently use a blend of cornmeal, soy flour, or processed wheat dust that is treated with anti-caking agents like silicon dioxide. This ensures the dough slides off the wooden peel and into the oven without any friction. These dusting agents are rarely listed prominently on the menu, yet they contribute significantly to the texture and flavor of the bottom of your pizza. In many cases, these agents are used because the industrial dough is so sticky and laden with sugars that it would otherwise fuse to the baking screens. This grittiness is not a culinary choice. It is a mechanical necessity for a kitchen that must produce 60 pizzas an hour. It is the final layer of industrial processing that separates a chain pizza from a handcrafted meal.